This is NASA guy David Markarian with a review of the Forestair 10K BTU Mini Split system, which is actually pretty cool the way it's set up. And I put it through a window for the purpose of trying to reduce the noise in the unit during the use of AC. The roof AC, which is one of the Dometic ones, is extremely loud. It's ridiculous. And this is a 189R. It's a Riverside Retro 189R, wonderful trailer with the Arctic package, so it actually has more insulation. And I'm going to cover this little thing I've been putting underneath there, and let's take a look at what it's like inside. Now, I've been able to track the temperature. The sensor push system is very cool. This is the sensor itself, measures temperature. It connects via Bluetooth to the gateway. Now, this is connected to the Wi-Fi at the RV park, and I've kept all the doors closed and been able to track the performance of the AC, both of them, by using this device and placing the sensor where it makes most sense, which is the living area. And you can see I'll have graphs showing the how it handles the heat over time. It's 110 degrees outside right now. The setup couldn't be simpler. I took the unit, the inside unit, and put it through this window, and then I used the foam with sticky stuff on it and some additional foam to actually block the window. So this worked really, really well. It took me maybe 5 minutes to set up, and it was up and running within about 2 minutes. I do like how quiet it is. I mean, there's no comparison. I can use a sound pressure level meter if I wanted to, but there's no need to. You can barely even hear the thing. If I go further away, you can see you can't hear it really at all. I do like the remote. It's actually nice. It allows you to actually select auto mode, increase the fan speed, change from Celsius to Fahrenheit. There's various, you can lower the temperature very easily with it, and so that's actually very cool. The fact that it's actually connected directly, there's only one connection between it and the compressor outside, is great, because you just run the line. You don't have to know anything about AC stuff at all. You just literally set it up and use it, and that's it. That part's a positive. Now, can it push enough air? I think the fact that they chose to use such a small outlet for air is a real problem, and that's why I think if I'm going to look at the data, you're going to see that this can't really keep up with the roof AC, even though it should, in theory, be able to do so. Unlike the mystery set the temperature by turning a knob that has existed in the RV industry forever, this does have a digital display, which is really nice, because when I want to set the temperature, I'm using the remote, I can set it at 70. I know exactly what it's set at, and you can see it's been running now for 2 days, and you can see that it's not able to keep the temperature down here, and so that's a little bit of a concern. Now, even though this is really super noisy, it does do a much better job of cooling than the Forestair does. The device itself seems to be able to handle the heat just fine. It's just the noise which drives me nuts. One thing that does concern me is that they advertise the wattage at about, I think it's either 675 or 875. I'm not sure. I can actually show the spec. And it's actually drawing over 1,000 watts. Now, I was hoping to use this with my very expensive 1,000-watt inverter, and in doing so, it will not kick on the compressor, so it does not work. Now, what's interesting is my inverter, which is very expensive, does turn on my microwave at 1,200 watts startup, and so this must be actually requiring significantly more for startup than you see. But this seems to be the running watts. It's 1129, so it's significantly higher and not that much lower than the roof unit. So that advantage that I was hoping was there is not. So their advertised specs might be off a bit. First of all, the temperature both days, actually I did it over about 7 days, and the temperature was about the same for each test, where I compared the two devices, the rooftop Dometic standard 13.5K BTU. You can see that when I use the Forestair on its own at 10:45 a.m. that it was 83.5 degrees Fahrenheit in the unit, and it just continued to rise. Now when I use the Dometic roof AC at the same time, 10:45 a.m., it was 66.2 degrees, and it maintained a temperature the whole day. So it looks like the Forestair, even though I think it would work great in areas where it's not quite as hot as Las Vegas, and it is a very cool device, I really wouldn't recommend it. It's kind of underpowered for a situation like this, and so it really can't do the job of handling a travel trailer's lack of insulation, etc., as well as a rooftop air conditioner, unfortunately. And so we move on to find something that might solve the problem, and it's not going to be this. How do we fix the noise problem? Mini split, perhaps? Of the higher grade quality, the type that are used in Europe? That might be it. All I know is time for the RV industry to grow up and create a truly quiet AC system for these travel trailers. The mobile industry dealt with noise, vibration, and harshness a long time ago, and it's time for the RV industry to do the same. Thank you very much. It's NASA guy David Markurian. Please enjoy yourselves and be safe.